Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Assalamu alaikum and greetings, alishanmao here. Do you know what is much more addicting than flying micro FPV racing quadcopters or FPV whooping? Honestly speaking, these micro four-wheel drive RC crawlers are much more addicting when it comes to RC crawling at homes, indoors or outdoors. Now I have posted reviews of so many RC four-wheel drive crawlers, dedicated RC crawlers. Among all of them, the thing that stays top of the list and the thing that stays all the time with me is this little bad boy sitting right here. This is the Devastator Micro four-wheel drive RC crawler with dual steering system. And when it comes to RC crawling and total addicting RC crawling fun, there is nothing that beats this little boy sitting right here. So I wanted to get back to RC crawling no matter indoors or outdoors, and I was actually looking at RC crawlers around and check it out. What did I just find? This is a mini four-wheel drive radio control or RC crawler QX4 by partnerracing.com. Now, what is new in this RC crawler? What is better in this RC crawler? And when it comes to a total addicting RC crawling performance of this little bad boy sitting here, can this QX4 beat that performance and be in the top of the list of my most favorite RC crawlers? First off, let me unbox this little crawler here. We will take a closer look at it. We'll talk about this feature. It does have some very interesting features that make it much more fun to drive and play with when it comes to RC crawling compared to this one. However, I'm more concerned about the performance and quality and addicting fun for RC indoor or outdoor crawling, and that's what we're gonna find out very, very soon. Okay, first off, inside the box you will find a user manual. I will recommend that you go through it, and I will go through it as well. For that, inside the box you have two more boxes. One box has a radio control system and one box has your crawler here. So first off, let me take the radio control out. Very nice. This is a proper hobby grade radio control system with a digital screen here. Sweet. First of all, this is a nice, neat little radio control system with LCD and some of the buttons here to tweak various parameters. We'll very soon find out how many parameters we can tweak. Basically, when I was looking at the pictures online for this little crawler, I thought this is as big as that WL Toys 2-speed crawler that I had before, and I even posted a video of alishanmao CG035 following that crawler. That was one of the very nice crawler, but it was big. It was 1/10 scale. This one is exactly the same shape. This one is actually exactly the same design. However, size-wise, you can see it's just this is small. That thing was big. This is probably 1/16 or 1/12 scale only. It doesn't say what scale it is, but we'll find out very, very soon. However, in my hands, you can see this is the actual size of this little crawler. Now, the first thing I wanted to see was if it has dual steering. Well, no. I see there is no dual steering. This is a single servo steering on the front, a traditional steering a traditional steering system on the front, small mini crawler. Now, what is much more interesting about this, now that we found out that this does not have dual steering, while the other bad boy, the little Devastator, has dual steering control that make it much more easier to actually tackle various indoor-outdoor crawling challenges. But again, if this has only single steering, what is much more interesting in this little machine here? Enjoy revving this big block V8 monster. Well, to start with, it has a sound system installed in it. So when you drive it, you will have authentic engine sounds to accompany your driving and make it much more fun to drive it around and crawl. Second thing, that thing is the one that I like the best about this crawler is the design of this crawler. Check it out. This is a proper buggy style, desert or dune buggy style crawler, and there is a lot of space here for you to fix a small FPV all-in-one camera system or FPV system in here. You can actually put yourself into the seat of the driver in this mini crawler and go FPV crawling. That's a much more interesting concept, much more addicting concept, which actually takes the fun towards a whole new levels of addiction. You can crawl it with line of sight, but crawling with the FPV system installed in it is gonna be a total new fun level. This is a hobby grade indoor-outdoor RC crawler. It has a 3-in-1 system installed right here at the back. That means it has a 2.4 GHz FHSS radio control system, receiver, ESC, and sound system, all 3-in-1 installed inside this crawler. We will take a closer look at the crawler. Man, this looks really nice, and I cannot just wait to start driving it, actually start crawling with FPV system in it. Anyway, I have to be patient. I have to finish this review. So in this box, let's dig in more. What is this? Ooh, awesome. Check this out. This is a nice headset driver right here for you to you know, maybe do various repairs. You have to open those headset screws. And the last box contains some of these Jesus clips type of things, plastic ones, more hex head drivers, a USB dongle to charge your little battery, which is a 7.4 volt 550 milliamp 20C LiPo battery. And you can see the smile on my face. Why? Because I have plenty of these batteries laying around here. This means I'm not going to be worried about driving time on this crawler. This is gonna be addicting, driving it around with the sound system and FPV system installed in it, and definitely one battery is not gonna be enough. So I'm gonna pull out all those batteries and charge them and make sure I will properly enjoy this crawler, inshallah. And of course we have a little strap here as well. Now, let me bring the camera closer and give you a closer look at this crawler. Right away, we will charge the battery, put the battery in, start the radio control system, and I'll give you a demo right away. Alright, let's take a closer look at this Partner Racing QX4 RC crawler with sound system. The first impression is basically a wow factor. You look at it and you say, wow, that is an aggressive looking RC crawler. This is an aggressive looking RC vehicle. The ground clearance is very nice, and it is a dune buggy shape. So people might be thinking that this can pull out some really nice speeds. However, this is a no. This is not gonna pull out some serious speeds. This is a crawler designed for crawlers, so there are no speeds at all. There is a torque, there is power in this one to climb over objects with its high grip off-road rubber tires. Check out the treads on these tires. I believe this crawler will be climbing the obstacles like a Spider-Man. Now for the shell covers on this beautiful cage of this crawler are of PVC plastic material. I like the blue color scheme on this crawler. The whole crawler has a very nice and tough looking cage, which for the weight of this crawler I believe is tough enough. If it is falling around, the cage is more than tough enough because there's no more speed on. Because there's not much speed on the crawler, so you will never be breaking anything. Anyway, the cage is beautiful. The cage is very realistic for a dune buggy or the shape that this crawler has. Now the suspension is basically using 4 shocks. I'm not sure they are oil-filled shocks or not. Don't look like oil-filled shocks. These are, simply speaking, spring-loaded shocks. You can see these are simply spring-loaded shocks. However, they are adjustable shocks, which means you can adjust your ride height or your ride suspension, make it soft or make it hard. Looking at the crawler from its bottom, you can see rear and front sealed differential gearboxes, and both of them are connected to the central gearbox, which is driven by a 360 brushed motor right here in the center, and they are connected using a universal drive shaft system. This is a universal drive shaft 4-wheel drive system on it. It is like a real vehicle, a universal drive shaft 4-wheel drive system with front and rear sealed differential. I also see a steering stabilizer bar on the front, just next under the servo. The whole axles are sealed inside this front and rear differential casing. Similarly on the rear, the axles, the rear differential, everything is sealed in this casing. Now, to add more realism, they have actually created seats, driver seat, passenger seat, and a whole dashboard with a cute little red steering wheel. Here's the view from the other side for your dashboard or interior. So basically there's a nice interior. If I can put a FPV camera inside, it will look very, very real. But seeing the speed of the crawler, I can only do FPV or first person view crawling. There will be no more like driving it around because it's really a very slow crawler. So crawling in first person view, that's another thing. But driving around in first person view is going to be very boring because of its very slow speed. Well, you can actually add LED lights on it, but you know, you will have to go for your own tinkering or your own LED lights and stuff. For now, I'm very, very happy with the way it looks. I'm very, very happy with the way it performs, and I'm extremely happy, and I get very, very excited as soon as I fire it up and when it started and listen to that beautiful big block monster engine sounds. So here is the radio. It is using an FHSS frequency protocol. It's very comfortable in my hands. I can actually drive the crawler by one hand using my thumb on the steering wheels and index finger on the throttle control. There's a small LCD screen right here. Okay, let me turn the radio on so you can see. As soon as you turn the radio on, it will show you the radio battery voltage. Okay, you can also program, you can also store 10 different models. So it has a 10 models memory, but that means you will have to locate a compatible receiver or the receiver for this radio, and you can have 10 more models driven with the same radio. Anyway, radio also offers some of the tweaking and programming feature, which are very, very essential and basic ones only. So you press and hold these two buttons, okay, and you get to dual rates, trims, where you can set throttle and steering trim. Then you have reverse throttle and steering. You have endpoint adjustment, steering and throttle. And finally, you have the sound volume. So right now I have put it on 100%. All right, so very, very basic, but most essential programming features only in order for you to tweak your crawler and its driving performance according to your taste and tackling all the indoor or outdoor crawling courses. All right, that is enough. Let's go ahead and build ourselves a crawling course, indoor crawling course, and we will have some fun with this QX4. Sweet! It does have good power to climb, man. And the tires are really nice, grippy tires. You know what to do. Hit that like button. It's right there. I know you can do it. Oh, while you're at it, also hit the subscribe button. Right there. Come on, don't be shy. Just hit it. Thank you very much for all your support towards my work, that I post regular and fresh content on my channel just for you. Hit that like button. Right?